Welcome, my name is Ben, and I am one of the Mindfulness Fellows at Northeastern University's Center for Spirituality, Dialogue, and Service. Today we're going to be sitting for a lightly guided meditation. After we get centered, we'll experience a light visualization to let go of anything we're holding on to today, and then leave open space for anything that comes up. You can get started first by noticing how we're sitting in our chairs if we're seated, or noticing our posture if we're lying down. Can gently close our eyes. Taking note of the breath that we're carrying with us today, noticing if it's long or short, deep or shallow. Can take note of any places in the body where we feel the breath sensation most clear to us. Could be at the tip of the nose, in the throat, in the chest or our stomach. Wherever we feel the breath sensation most clearly, we can use as an anchor point to return to each time we notice our mind drifting to any thoughts that are vying for our attention. Turning our attention to our posture, we can notice if we're leaning left or right, forward or back. Noticing how our weight is distributed. Can make slight adjustments now with the intention to stay relatively still for the rest of our practice. Can take our awareness now down to our feet, noticing sensations in the toes, in the balls of our feet, along the heel. Aware of temperature, texture, and pressure. Moving up through the ankles and the shins and the calves, towards the knee. Feeling the weight of our legs and the support provided by the ground or whatever else is beneath us. Moving up through the thighs to our sit bones, our pelvis. Feeling supported by the chair or the bed. feeling the weight of our upper body pulled down by gravity, driven through these points of contact. Can notice sensations in the lower abdomen, releasing any tension in our lower back if we're holding it. Letting go any tension around the stomach, allowing the breath to fill the belly. Moving up through the solar plexus into the heart space, feeling the expansion and contraction of the chest. Letting go of any tension held in the shoulders. Tracing attention down through the arms to the elbow. Feeling the weight of our arms. Down through forearms, into the hands. Noticing temperature, texture again. Moving back up the arms to the shoulders, into the neck, relaxing any tension. Relaxing the jaw, cheekbones. Around the temples and the eyelids. Eyebrows and forehead. Allowing the full weight of the body to be supported by the chair, whichever support is being provided. and return attention back to the point of breath that's most clear to us. Noticing if its depth or duration has changed at all from when you first sat down. Each time we notice our attention drifting to any thought, a memory, or something we expect to happen or hope to happen in the future, can acknowledge that this is taking place in the mind. Be grateful to our attention for noticing that this thought is taking place, and then, without pushing it away, gently refocus back on a breath sensation. Again, each time we notice our attention drifting, we can be thankful for simply noticing this. Count it as a small success. Thankful to ourselves, and then refocus back on a breath or body support sensation. With our attention focused on the grounding support, we can imagine ourselves to be sitting beside a stream, gently flowing in front of us. A stream located in a patch of trees. With leaves gently falling, landing in the stream. Being carried along in the current. You can imagine our palms being open, and happening to catch one of these leaves as it's falling. You notice various qualities of this leaf, its shape, its color, texture, and temperature. You can consider this leaf to be like a thought that appears and takes hold of our attention as we're sitting beside this stream. You can hold on to this leaf for some time, giving this thought its due attention. And then as we're ready, we can take this leaf and gently place it in the stream to be carried away. In this way, we can imagine each time we notice a thought taking hold of our awareness, whether it's something that's already happened to us, something we expect to happen in the future, or any commentary on our present state, can take hold of this thought, give it some due attention, and then as we're ready, place it in the stream, letting it go and returning focus back on the breath sensation. Each time we notice our attention being stuck on one of these thoughts, one of these leaves, we can notice that we've been holding on to it. And then when we're ready, we can place it in the stream and let it go. Again, each time we notice our attention drifting, we can gently bring it back to our breath anchor point, where we feel the sensation of breath most clearly, the tip of the nose, in the chest, or the belly. Each time we notice our attention drifting, we can again imagine ourselves seated next to a stream full of leaves, carried along all of the thoughts that appear and disappear from our attention throughout the day, our eyes taking note of all the leaves as they fall, focusing on one for some time, then gently letting it go, returning focus back on a neutral state of breathing and sitting. Each time we notice our attention shifting, we can take it back to a breath sensation. If concentration is elusive, it can be helpful to count on 1 for each in-breath and 2 on each out-breath, repeating 1 and 2, making space for sensation of breath, scanning through the body, noticing any places where energy is present, tension, relaxation, sensation. Can relax the muscles of the face if they become tense. and slowly and gently pull the shoulders back if they're resting forward. Allowing open space to occupy the chest and the mind. On each in-breath, taking in bright, clean, fresh air. And on each out-breath, letting go of anything we're holding on to today. Any regrets from days before that we're carrying with us, any apprehensions about the future, any discomfort with our present state. You can imagine these to be like a leaf in our hands, and on each out breath, let it go, tossing it into the stream to be carried away. On each in breath, we can return to a neutral state, simply openly aware that these leaves are present, falling and flowing, without clinging to any of them in particular. Each time we notice our attention clinging, we can accept its nature to do so and then let go of whatever thought has taken root. Turning our awareness back to a breath or a body support sensation. When we notice our awareness drifting, can center it on sensations in the chest, noticing how the breath sensation changes throughout the duration of the in-breath, noticing the release of warm air on the out-breath through the nostrils or the mouth. Taking our attention up to the crown of the head, can be aware of sensations, feeling the airiness in the space above, noticing the weight of our hair, scanning down and resting at each ear, moving attention to the forehead, along the temples, and the cheekbones, to the nose. Noticing sensations, relaxing tension, down the jawline to the mouth and the chin, moving down the neck, back into the shoulders, moving down the arms, towards the elbow, the forearms to the hands, tracing our awareness along each of our digits, down to the tips of each finger, slowly moving back up the arm to the elbow to the shoulder, along the collarbone, from the chest, the upper back, down through the abdomen, through the solar plexus to the stomach, the belly, tracing along the lower back, along the hip, down to the point of contact with the chair, feeling anchored in this time and place, moving down the legs into the knee, through the shins and the calves, the ankle, to the heel of the foot, through the arch, towards the toes, connecting down into the floor, down into the ground, into the earth, feeling secure, supported. Taking note of present sensation wherever they arise in the body. Each time we notice our attention drifting, again returning back to that breath anchor point. Again, if any regrets of the past, worries of the future, discomforts in the present moment are arising in the mind, can take note of them, hold them in our hand for some time like a leaf, take in a deep breath of crisp, comforting fresh air, and then place it in the stream with a long exhale. If these thoughts are persistent, you can repeatedly hold on to them, acknowledge their presence, and then let them go in the stream. And each time we notice our awareness clinging to any of these leaves, can gently guide it back. Throughout the in-breath and the out-breath, to take full hold of our attention. As we're ready on our own time, we can take 5 or 6 more deep breaths with the knowledge that this place where we can return any leaves that we're holding on to. The stream is always available to us at any point in the future. When we feel like we need it. After these 5 or 6 more deep breaths, we can rub our palms together so they're warm to the touch. And gently press them over our eyelids before opening.